Okay, this reading is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant for the month of June. And boy, it looks like a wonderful month. These cards are really fantastic. Now, the first week of June here we have, let's see, we have the full moon at 15 degrees Sag. And it's a full moon lunar eclipse. That happens on Friday, so towards the end of the week, the first week here. And then later on in the week, in the third week, we have the new moon solar eclipse. And of course, it's, the summer solstice. It's, the day that the sun returns to 0 degree Cancer, and it's the beginning of the summer. It starts a whole new season, as do the cardinal energies, Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Aries starts spring, Cancer starts summer, Libra starts fall, and then of course Capricorn starts winter. So we have that, and then up here in the fourth week, at the beginning of the week, we have Father's Day on the 21st, and then I went in and drew a couple cards for the last few days of the month, so that this will cover the 28th, 29th, and the 30th here, these last two cards. But anyway, so to start off with the first week, it looks to me like it's a week of walking away from things that don't work, walking away from things that have been a struggle for you. I would say on the spiritual growth lesson, which is what I draw the cards. I always sit and meditate and then draw the cards with the intention to know, or to to pull the right cards to guide you on your path to spiritual growth, whatever opportunities and experiences might be coming in for to support you in your spiritual growth. That's always my intention when I draw the cards. So it looks like this week there's some higher self intention to walk away from any places where you may have been struggling to keep your heart open, maybe where there's been struggle in, because this is a very competitive card here. So if you're trying to let go of the false belief in competition, that life needs to be a competition, and that's, some people have completely different beliefs around organized sports and the competitive market. And I'm not here to judge any of that, because a lot of it can be fun, but when it comes at the cost of, when the competition comes at the cost of putting yourself, under the inferior superiority kind of, mindset, that's an egoic, that's an unhealthy ego fragment to heal. We're not better or less than anyone. We are all equal sovereign beings. And so to walk away from any places where you couldn't just open your heart and feel the love and the passion that should come through, because there was some struggle. Now on the physical level, this could be walking away from areas of your life where it's too hard, it's taking too much. You're trying to scale down, and you're trying to make things easier and more, to have a much more fun and blissful experience. This can also say walking away from games. If anybody's trying to manipulate you and they're playing, the drama games type of things on you, because Cancer energy definitely, Cancer energy and consciousness in the highest level is what holds everything sacred. It honors everything, and it's really hard to separate and and not want to nurture, not want to help. But sometimes, and oftentimes, us Cancers and those with a lot of, like, let's say if you have Sun Moon conjunct in any sign, or Sun conjunct Neptune in any sign, or a lot of planets in the fourth house of any sign, You'll have that nurturing instinct that is just your base, no matter what sign you are. And sometimes it's very freeing and needed to have really healthy, strong boundaries around, because you have to be careful around, enabling. You have to be careful with, dependency, codependency dynamics when we're in the Cancer energy. And so, that can sometimes be a life lesson, which you'll get, because that's what we come in to heal. And so the deal is with that is to walk away from things that sap your energy, walk away from things that aren't going to resolve with you being there. Then they may resolve on their own if you walk away. So arguments, the need to be right, the need to have the last word, the need to win, just let it go. Let it go, walk away. Let them be right. Yeah, you're right. Fine. Yeah, you got it. Okay. But for you to walk away and bring your life force back to yourself would be the healthy situation, or the healthy thing to do in a situation like that. Yeah, so walking away from competitive games where you may be violating spiritual law by comparing yourself to anyone else, or letting them do that to you and you buying into it. There's an old saying, I have it, hold on, I have it right here. Yeah. Your value doesn't decrease based on someone's inability to see your worth. Like, that's probably a life lesson for all of us, right? At some point. So I want you to get that this month. I really want you to have that. Okay. And to the degree that you get it, moving into the second week here, you can blow apart, old rigid structures that were within, this is in the highest essence, we're looking at breaking through, letting go of the false self, breaking through so that the real self can come through. And, see the transformational butterflies here, the lightning strikes. It's like, finally, you're done. You've had it. You're done. And you're walking away and you're moving towards the things that you want to, to bring into your life. Like if you freed yourself up from all this ridiculous energy here, imagine how much life force you'd have to study, to learn about what you really want to learn about, or to engage with people and talk to the people that you really want to talk to, or that are like-minded. And that doesn't mean that we make ourselves better than this situation here. We just let it go and bless them with love and say, I love you, but I can't engage anymore. Because it doesn't feel good to me. Because most of all, to break through the rigidities puts you in a position of opening up to positive pleasure. When we let go of the negative pleasure of needing to win or be right or wrong, or get into the whole all those dualistic, ridiculous dynamics, we open up to our real self coming through, which is your real self is connected to your higher self, but it honors your humanity, and you're simply ordinary and humble, and there's no reason to fight. There's no reason to get into these, dynamics. So, on another ridiculous kind of, not ridiculous in a bad way, but funny way, if I were to read these two cards literally, it could be playing hide and seek. It could be at home with your kids and you're playing hide and seek. That could be a fun game. That's about the only literal way I can see that, other than, the emotional walking away, because the cups are always about emotions. But, emotions can be fun games. So if it's not hide and seek, then it can be, again, just walking away from any games that put us up or down, up or down. We want to be at equal terms to see reality, right? Which is what we have here towards the end of the week. So, yeah, let me know. Let me know how this played out. I love comments and questions and connection with you guys. Okay, so in the third week here, I again, this is the week towards the on Saturday on the 20th where we have that new moon solar eclipse and the solstice. Now, this is fantastic. If I put these two together, it looks like lovers in luxury. Lovers who have so much that they just feel so connected to nature that they feel that they have it all, and you do. In that, you do. Now, if it's not a love relationship that you're experiencing, it can be a partnership, and it can be a partnership that has to do with creating more wealth than you've ever had before. You know, focusing. The falcon is always is the symbol of focus. So focusing on what it is that you want to grow more of in your garden, and it's your garden. You have all this already, and you're surrounded in nature. You're surrounded in having absolutely much more than you need. And you probably have much more than you want. And so within that, there's a generosity that flows. Now, sometimes the lover's card is, because all the major arcanas are gateway archetypal, I can never say that word, archetypal energies in consciousness. And we have the Tower, the Lovers, and the High Priestess here this month. So that's so of course breaking free into having a breakthrough into your real self does open up the opportunity to choose love in a whole new way, to choose loving yourself in a whole new way, and then literally, from that inner breakthrough, those inner earthquakes that you let happen, those inner aha awareness moments where you come back home to yourself, it opens up the choice to experience life in a whole new way that is truly abundant. So this week there may be a choice or choices to get you into alignment with abundance, with a deeper level of abundance, a greater experience of abundance, or maybe a love relationship, or it may be a partnership. So again, let me know how it came down for you. Okay, then the fourth week here, we have Father's Day on Sunday this week. So, this may show, creating some type of artistic, something to honor your father, or to honor the father in your life, if it's your husband or, boyfriend, partner, whatever. Or, in any type of relationship, honoring the energy and consciousness that takes care of the family. So this week it looks to me like it's a work week. It's quite a lot of work, but work that you love doing. This is a card of apprenticeship. It's a card of honoring your craft and working on your craft, and getting it right, and sometimes working long hours because you love doing it, but still, you definitely want to stay in balance. But combined with the Ace of Swords, I get the sense of your work, being in your work, just putting yourself there and showing up. You know what I mean? Like, even if you don't really know what you want to create or how you want to do your work this week, you're going to put yourself in the chair. You're going to sit there at your table, or you're going to stand at your desk or your counter, or you're going to stand in front of, whatever your craft is. However you create what it is, that you do for your work, you're going to just show up. And in that showing up, new ideas will come through. New ideas, more clarity, so be open. This is definitely a great week to take a lot of notes. You may get so much information that, of course, you can't do it all in 1 week. So, of course, take notes, make yourself, part of that to-do list would be to add your ideas, like, what if? here's a thought, and just write it down. Don't judge it or try to make it perfect in the moment. It's kind of like, when you meditate and you're asking for guidance about something, you don't have to analyze it. You just have to receive the information, and then you can ask more about it. You can delve further into it, but to let your mind go and just wander, you know. I'm Yeah, there's so much here that can come in. It's like the divine order of the universe comes through us in all different ways. So I believe that that this week will open you up more into the divine order, into truth, into the realms of absolute truth, where you know that on some level of reality in the spirit world, whatever you're trying to create, whatever your craft is, it's already there. You're just bringing it down into earth. Whatever it is that we're all working on, what we're wanting to create and experience in our lives, it's already there and complete in the spirit world. We just have to open up to it and bring it in. So we're literally like spiritualizing matter in all the work that we do. Yeah, so okay, so the last few days, 28th, 29th, and 30th, it looks like because this was maybe all this month was a busy week, especially when you let go of, this type of energy, it opens you up to have a lot more flow and life force flowing through your body. But towards the end of the week, you may have so much going on that it's hard to juggle, everything that's happening. So you might have to, well, if it were me and I got these cards for a few days or for any day, I would feel to myself, okay, I need to meditate and get inside of my priorities, because there may be too much there may be so much I can't handle in one week. So I need to focus on what's most important. And that's what the High Priestess brings in. She sits in the realm of non-duality, but also knowing that we are on a dualistic planet. We are living within a dualistic reality. And that's not at all who we really are. We are unitive beings. We come from the home of which we hail from is all bliss, all love, all pure. You can't even have a negative thought there. So, but here on earth, we do have the dualistic paradigm, which the Two of Pentacles. Now, the High Priestess rules all the twos in the deck. So, Two of Wands, Cups, Swords, Pentacles. And the Pentacles have to do with our physical, earthly reality. It's not so much of like thoughts and feelings. It's a physical experience. It's our resources. It's our values. It's our health. It's our tangible, earthly, bodily experience. So, with a High Priestess, she stands at the gateway of knowing that because she follows the magician, so she already knows that she can create, just about everything she wants within reason here on earth. But she drops it in and asks her higher self and all of the source, God's source, goddess, divine intelligence, cosmic intelligence. She drops herself into that energy and consciousness to ask for advice. So it's often, this might be more of a silent kind of a last few days. You might be going within a lot. And now sometimes the Two of Pentacles has to do with negotiations, right? So if you are negotiating something, like if this does turn out to be a partnership of some, monetary, because with the Nine of Pentacles, it very well may be a, business partnership. If that's what it is, this last few weeks, or the last few days of the month, because if you put these 6 cards together, and if it is a business partnership, you would be working hard and then mindstorming, kind of, getting having a lot of ideas flow through and maybe exchanging that and then flowing through. There might be so much energy out there and you guys get so excited because the possibilities are, pretty much limitless. And then the task is to bring it in and ask your higher self, how to organize it for you in your life in a way that honors your humanity and the planet and is sustainable and is in balance with the laws of love, all the forces of love that that hold space for us in this universe in order to, to grow. So that's in the best case scenario. Now, in a challenging situation, it would be that you've got too much going on and it's hard to stay balanced. It's hard to spin all these plates in the air and something's got to drop, and you're being quiet about it. And you're not telling people that you need help or you need time to stop and get clear on what's right for you, which would definitely relate to these two cards here, You might be wanting to walk away from all that competitive, just untruthfulness that, that like the marketplace thinks that it needs to be. Like our price has to be 1 cent lower than that price. Otherwise, people won't buy ours. Well, whatever. It's like if I see a price of $3.99, I'm like, okay, $4. And why do you have to put the 99 cents there? It's just, So it's that kind of mindset that needs to be broken up because it's rigid. And it's, it's like, were they trying to trick us? So it can be, if it's something like that, there can be, coming into alignment with spiritual law in order to run your business, to run your life, to run your business, no matter what it is. Wherever we're in alignment with spiritual law, it will flourish. We will be in the benign circle of, creative love, creative self-expression that continues on and on and on. And that's what the High Priestess knows. That's why she's the gateway between the magician and then, the Empress and the Emperor, like the mom and dads of the creative forces. She's at the gateway that wants to ask spirit, ask the forces of love, wants to ask God, wants to ask whatever you call that source energy. She goes within and finds that within her because that's where it lives, and then she takes her cues from there. So these two cards together are just wonderful. And what a wonderful way to round out the month. To know that you have that consciousness and energy inside of you that can always just stop and take a breath and drop into your body and ask for the answers. Which requires, pausing and going within rather than getting into this ridiculous, rushing type of energy all the time. So, okay, I think that's it. Thank you to all the new subscribers, and I love, comments, questions. I love connecting with you guys, so feel free to do that and let me know how this month was for you. And I'll be back next month, and meanwhile, take very good care.